Good day, everyone, and welcome to another exciting vocab lesson. This is week 6 for my 8th grade students. And the words this week are Saber, Cooper, Hallmark, Timbre, Smock, and Authentic. Let's jump into that first word and find out what it means. Well, a saber is a noun. It's a thing, and it's a sword. Pretty simple, right? Sabers typically are more ornamental swords, though. So you can see this sword is very fancy. It's got an interesting thing right at the hilt here, and it's really nice and beveled, and it's got a nice handle. So a saber is a bit nicer than a sword, and it's typically a larger sword. But synonyms for sword would be sword, cutlass, blade, dagger, or weapon. Saber. The next word this week is Cooper, and you may never have heard this word before. This was a difficult word for me when I first learned it as well, but it's simply a barrel maker. Someone who makes barrels is known as a cooper. A cooper might work at a winery where they make and distill wine. A cooper might work just for fun in a carpentry shop and build furniture out of barrels. Who knows? There's not many coopers that we know in our modern day and age, but they do still exist. And synonyms for this would be maker, builder, barreler, or cask master. Cooper. The next word this week is hallmark. Hallmark. And this is a noun. It's a thing. And it's any mark or symbol of genuineness or high quality. So this can be a literal hallmark, like a logo that you see here, like maybe Nike or Mr. Stitt's favorite team, the Cowboys, or maybe McDonald's. So it can be a literal mark, or it can be a sign of quality. So when you hold a nice pair of shoes in your hand, you can just tell it by the feel, the fabric, the material. It has a hallmark of genuineness or high quality. So synonyms of this would be indication, trademark, badge, emblem, mark, seal, or stamp. Hallmark. The next word this week is timbrel. Timbrel. Now this is a thing. It's a sound that you hear, and it's a small drum or tambourine or bell. Now you might have seen this sort of instrument before, a tambourine. It makes a timbral sound. So we can even use this word as an adjective to describe that beating and ringing sound both in one. That's a timbrel. So synonyms of this would be drum, bell, boom, thrum, thunder, or sound. Timbrel. The next word this week is smock. Smock. Now you're probably familiar with this if you went to elementary school and you were in an art class. They might have put a smock on top of you to protect your clothes from any sort of paint or craft. And a smock is a thing, a noun, a large apron. They don't have to be this color. Sometimes your mother might wear a smock when she's cooking. She might just be wearing an apron. So synonyms of this would be apron, kimono, wraparound, or any sort of covering that protects your clothes from materials that you don't want exposed to it. The next word this week is similar to the word hallmark, and it's authentic. If something is a hallmark in a certain industry, it's authentic or real or genuine or true. If you have a nice pair of Air Jordan sneakers, there are certain signs that it's authentic. It has a certain logo, has a certain smell, and it's made of a certain fabric. These shoes here are Vans, and you can tell it's authentic by the color, the shape, the box. A book can be authentic. A movie can be authentic. Clothing can be authentic. Famous cards for either baseball or basketball, those are authentic. And words that mean authentic are accurate, credible, legitimate, original, pure, true, and trustworthy. Authentic. Well, thanks so much for joining us. That was week 6 for my 8th grade students, and the words we learned today were Saber, Cooper, Hallmark, Timbrel, Smock, and Authentic. Thanks again for joining us. I hope to see you next time. Bye!